Everything SLU basketball wanted to accomplish at the beginning of this season is still within reach. Sure, the last few weeks haven't been great, but there's time to fix it. A win tonight against Drake would certainly help turn things back in the right direction. SLU does need their leading scorer, Javante Perkins, to get going, and this was a positive night. He had 3 3-pointers tonight, including that one right there. Bills trailed in this one for a long time, but never went away. Great sequence here. Fred Thatch with the block, Javante Perkins with the pass, and Gibson Jimerson with the finish. Jimerson notched his 1,000th career point tonight, too. Bills would take the lead late and turn it over to their star, Yuri Collins, who gets the tough and one to make it a 4-point game, and SLU would complete the comeback to get the much-needed win over Drake, 83-75, and Coach sure liked the end of this one.
I think finally they drew a line and said enough is enough, and we'll see. But the last 8 minutes is the way we need to play every game for 40 minutes.
The shot of the day in college hoops came from DeAndre Golston and Mizzou. Down one with time running out against UCF in the Orange Bowl Classic, and Demoy Hodge somehow gets the ball to Golston. He calls bank, and then he calls game. Mizzou wins 68-66, and Golston is no stranger to playing the hero in his career.
He hit one on me when he was at UW Milwaukee at Cleveland State, so it was great to be on the other side of that and cheer with him.
Yeah, it's about my third or fourth one in college, so not a new feeling, but with this team and the work we put in and things like that, and the belief and the trust the staff having us as players, just felt good to get this one.
It wasn't just the college teams in action today. A couple of big tournaments put on a showcase for our high schoolers as well. First up, the Visitation Christmas Tournament. Parkway West and Eureka in the first round. Eureka's Megan McCune finds her teammate Blaine Shute in traffic for the bucket in the nice finish. Then it's going to be Brooklyn Banderman hitting a nice 3 for the Wildcats. Eureka wins 62-37. Westminster and Pattonville in another Viz tourney game. How about this move coming up from Westminster's Mia Schulin? She gets the and one as well for good measure. Great move there to the basket. Later on, it's going to be Pattonville's Taylor Montgomery. She gets the steal, and she's going to head all the way down coast to coast for the finish for a good measure. Pattonville wins that game 48-35. Let's go down I-70 to Columbia for Chaminade Hickman at the Norm Stewart Classic. And there's the tourney namesake himself in attendance. This is Chaminade's B.J. Ward with a nice pass to Ben Winker in the paint for the finish there. And later on, it was Nilavon Daniels for 3 for the Red Devils. He was the player of the game, and Chaminade wins 65-51. East St. Louis and Jeff City at Mizzou Arena. And Norm took in this game, too, and it was a good one for the Flyers. Danian Rucker finds McCaleb Rich on the long pass, and Rich gets a nice finish at the rim. He's headed to Kansas State. Speaking of nice finishes, Rucker had an impressive buzzer beater to end the first quarter. Flyers win that game 74-61. Switching gears to baseball, the Chicago Cubs have a new shortstop. Former Braves spark plug Dansby Swanson has reportedly agreed to a 7-year, $177 million deal with the Cubs. Swanson had been mentioned in some Cardinals rumors earlier this offseason. He was a first-time All-Star and a first-time Gold Glover a season ago in Atlanta. We saw some history in the NFL today. Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings were down 33-0 against the Indianapolis Colts, and then they weren't. The Vikings stormed all the way back to tie the game and send it to overtime, and in overtime, kicker Greg Joseph sent one through the uprights to complete the biggest comeback in NFL history. Vikes win 39-36. They are the NFC North champs. Matt Ryan had a huge loss where he blew the game. He didn't blow the game in the Super Bowl. Then it happens in the regular season, the Vikings. He can't escape it. That's it for sports, Brent.